Despite us clearly breaking the terms of service with us not going alone, Kain and her group of Corrins managed to successfully suppress the Ice Tribe Rebellion. Instead of a punishment though, we receive another mission. Reach Natsuges, defeat any Hoshiden armies we encounter, and find the Rainbow Sage. The cornfield takes a pit stop at Fort Dragonfall to stock up on snacks and drinks for the long trip to Natsuges. But when we got there, we saw a 2006 Hoshido Civic in our parking space. To help us tow the Hoshidans away, we harvested 2 new Corrins to join the crop. The first was Nate, the vanguard from Desquita with Warning Blow and Swordfare, and Mon, the archer from Valencia with Heavy Blade and Miracle. As Chapter 9 starts, we immediately realize Nate forgot to equip his weapon, causing him to fistfight the initial group of enemies. With the first wave of enemies now knocked out by, sword cheat punches, we proceed forward, collecting and throwing a random child onto the bench, allowing us to sally forth to where Azura is being held. As I led Azura to her cushioned VIP spot on the bench, I realized I made a terrible mistake. See, it turns out that not a single Corrin had lock touch. Fortunately, Azura has a chest key, so we could still get the rescue staff from the top chest, and she used it on a brass naginata, didn't she? With our rescue staff now forever trapped in the top chest, our only remaining objective was to defeat Haitaka and give him the parking ticket. Carlisle struck first, Nate fumbled and missed a second strike, and Mon stepped up and brought Haitaka down to 4 HP with help from a Carlisle dual strike. Parking Officer Mayonnaise stepped forward and... wait, she missed? Parking Officer Mayonnaise with a dual strike from Kiki stepped forward and handed Haitaka his parking ticket, ending this chapter in 39 turns. Seeing my grief over losing the rescue staff, chat decided to bargain with me. They would give me a rescue staff in exchange for a favor. See, many, and I mean many, people wanted their Corrins in. But the odds of a given marble winning at this point were roughly a 1 out of 255 chance. So they asked how much it would cost for them to bribe me. I decided on $15 or a Corrin lamp from my Etsy store. And immediately I got bombarded with several donations. Realizing the potential gold mine I stumbled on, me and my cash-filled pockets immediately got to work baking these Corrins. With the first Corrin being Diamond. From Diamond Aces, a Luck HP Mercenary Corrin with Solidarity and Res Taker, because chat really wanted Res Taker. Coda also gave $15, giving us Coda, a Magic Luck Boonbane Dragonstone user with Replicate and Ether. And lastly, with a lamp purchase, Tori from Alufren, a Strength Luck Kitsune with Heartseeker and Movement +1. Chapter 10 begins as we reach the port of Dia, where we were immediately ambushed by Takumi and his army. Scrambling to prepare a defense of the port, we had Kiki man the magic tower, and Nate with a diamond pair-up deploy to cover the right flank against the archers. Mayonnaise was tasked with holding the center, with her counterskill helping her repulse wave after wave of attacks until Selena, Camilla, and Baruka arrived to the scene. Immediately, Carlisle and Camilla rushed together to defeat Takumi, with Carlisle delivering a crit just barely before Takumi was able to use the Dragon Vein to drain the water to open up more areas of entry for our enemies, which could have led to our defensive formation collapsing. But with the choke points now locked and secured, it was smooth sailing from there, aside from things getting a little dicey at the last turn, where it was very likely at least one unit was going to die. So, to preserve our Corrins, I elected Selena to sacrifice herself for the good of the field. With Coda barely surviving at 1 HP, we somehow got through this chapter with no Corrins falling in 11 turns. Immediately afterwards, I got hit with 2 extra bribes for Corrins, bringing the stream total to, say, around $80 before taxes. The first was Jay from Jay, a Res Luck Outlaw with Tonebreaker and Draconic Hex. The second was Hadric from Hadric, a skill magic wolfskin with Skill Taker and Norian Trust, clearly meant to be a skill proc Corrin. Unfortunately, I made a looter blunder and wrote over the wrong save file, leading me to lose progress on an incomplete chapter 10. Instead of attempting to recomplete the chapter, chat begged and literally threatened to pay me to stop the 7+ hour stream for my own sake. Of course, I complied and, per their request, ate at Burger King.